So the question is...
What is the question?
The question is this a good medium for a podcast? So I do these interviews with people who are driving the beacon ecosystem, with the beacon system. And at the moment, sometimes I use my camera and I record it in a straight, old-fashioned letterbox format. Sometimes I do it on Skype, and sometimes I bring three cameras and I have the kind of shot on the interviewee and one on me and a snapshot shot. So the thing that turned me onto this was, well, this can be an alternative to the three-camera shoot. Setting those three cameras up is a nightmare.
Well, how can
This gets both of us.
How do you use this to change the? Like, if you wanted to switch back.
Well, I don't. That's the
So
thing.
you don't have to.
So the question is, does the audience? Well, I don't have to, but is the audience going to bother?
Right.
But at the moment, the default image is expected as favoring you, and so they don't have to. They can just watch it as it is, and then if they want to see, if I say something particularly amusing, maybe they want to switch towards me. But at the moment, I think they can see both of us.
So there's no way that you could actually change the angle such that. So when I'm talking, it'll go to me, and then you start talking.
I can actually go back and I can drive the orientation of this afterwards. I can literally drive the default image. But then if someone's watching it and says, no, I'm not interested in that, I actually want to see what that barmaid is doing there and what these guys are doing or what's on the TVs behind them, they can do that. But the default is possible to control it. Just like we started the video off and the default was on us, I can go back and I can switch that around if I want.
So I'm feeling like there may be a situation where you're interviewing somebody, and yet they're in their, say they're in their factory, they're in whatever, and so they would, if you look over here, I mean, when they're interviews, you look over here, you can see our
say,
system.
hey, look at the
look over there,
that are over there, or the pallets that are there. Then the audience can
go and look over there. Yeah, have a look over there. You could direct people that way.
Yeah, if they have the headset on, then they just simply need to turn their head and they'll see it. And if they're looking on one of these, then they slide. I think we're.
I'm gonna do one of those.
Okay, sure.
Are you ready?
The one with the Australian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Australian.
Got it. You're okay for now, right?
I'm good for now. Thank you.
Thank you. I gotta get a couple. Where are you? My sister. God, I've done that twice now. I call
So just to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So this is a very good test shoot,
Right.
and it allows me to put to you and to anyone that happens to stumble on this the question of, is this an effective format for an interview podcast in situations where, like, I'm at a trade show, and now is actually an interesting example of the acoustic nightmare that is a trade show. There's music playing, there's people talking in the background. So hopefully once I get this pair, this Bluetooth speaker, the acoustics will be better. So maybe the thing is, imagine the acoustics are better. Is this a good way of recording an interview, or is it just weird and distracting? That's the question.
That's a good question. It may be too distracting. It may not be.
Yeah.
It may not. Like, for example, I was telling you about my daughter. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
so people can post a comment, they can tweet, they can on YouTube, they can put a comment.
So I'm going to try. So my daughter and I'm sitting right now with Steve Stadler in the Encinitas Ale House, where they actually have a fun little program which they call the 80 Brews in 80 Days. And it's a challenge. And if you're able to consume 80 beers in 80 days, and you don't have to do it every day, you just have to consume in that time period, you become part of their club. And if you look over here, you can see these are kind of some of the, you're allowed to have special tastings that you may not do. And you'll also get your name on a plaque over there. You can see, as you can see, there's a lot of people that are on a plaque right now. So we thought it'd be a great daddy-daughter project. Yeah, quite a few people have done it, so it's doable. I know that. And I know that I can drink a lot of beer, and Steve can attest to that. So, and apparently my daughter can too. So it runs in the family.
Very
So
good.
we'll let you know how it goes.
Let us know what you think. Should we be using this format for interviews, but also training courses? I'm going to try and get this into the Beacon training course. We've got one coming up on the 9th of May in Phoenix at the RFID Journal live event. So the 9th is 5 Beacon training courses. Trying to persuade them to let us 360 video them. And also in Brussels, the month after, I'm going over there to do a one-day Beacon masterclass. Sounds a bit pompous, but it'll be basically an in-depth Beacon extravaganza, a whole day. And we've got some great sponsors. We've got Beacon, the maker of the physical web beacons that I carry with me at all times. Here's my Beacon beacon. And just broadcasting the URL to Statler Consulting. Is that good?
Excellent. I love it from beers.
And Hewlett Packard's Aruba. Thank you, Hewlett Packard Aruba. They are the lead sponsor for the event. So I'm pretty excited. We've got 2 amazing sponsors that are helping to make it happen. We've already got a great set of students enrolled, and it's going to be in Brussels. And it's the day before this amazing show called Geo IoT.
So are they sponsoring? I mean, who's paying you?
Who's paying me? Well, hopefully the people that attend the course are going to pay to attend the course. That's the general idea, unless people kind of break into the room. So there's some ticket revenue. I have to split that with the organizers. And then we've got 2 sponsors, and again, we split the revenue. So the idea is that pays for my flight to Brussels and a hotel, and what is it that people eat in Brussels? I think Wiener Schnitzel, or probably that's probably not doing Brussels food justice. But anyway, there's a lot of what I'm saying is there's a lot of expenses.
I would think. By the way, are you peckish at all?
I'm peckish. We'll sign off here. Thanks
Okay,
very
we'll
much.
sign off here.
Let us know what you think.
We're going to now eat a dish that I'm sure they eat in Brussels.
Okay.
Mussels and chips.
Yeah, more. I think.
Yeah. And they have